Welcome to Sip and Talk About It. Welcome back. So today's topic is gonna be about when is the right time to talk to your kids about sex. Whew. Ladies, you ready to dive in?
We are, but we have. It's a good topic. We'll have a parent on the panel,
Right.
which is Angel. So
One of the coolest mama.
Angel, you as your mom, as a mom, when you think it's the right time to talk the sex talk to your child?
I think it depends. It's like it's with age different. So I don't know when you say sex, like actually doing it or like everything else that goes along with that.
I would say everything, like you said, the age, yes.
So
Not
it's
for
different
having the sex,
stages.
but different. The whole general thing about sex, you know how to guide your child through about the whole thing.
I think it's different stages for me. Probably when kids starts recognizing things, like they can tell you if somebody did something to them or something like that. That's when I started telling my daughter, like, hey mommy, if somebody touch you, these parts are private and people are not supposed to touch that. So if somebody touch you over there, let me know, and I'll tell, like, hey, some people, they will tell you, don't tell mommy, don't tell daddy, or they will threaten your life and stuff like that.
Right.
But if I start introducing her, like, there's private areas that only you have access to unless you give somebody the consent. And if you tell them no is no, and they are not allowed to touch you in those areas, and if they do, that's like abuse, sexual abuse. And then I would start talking to her about sex. I think I started probably when she was like 10 or 9. I'm not too sure. But around there, because it's like she's going into that grade where regardless, it's gonna be a conversation. I think they start having a conversation in 5th grade.
Right.
So I too would want to talk to her before the school even do it.
Yes.
So that, I think around that age, at 10, I think.
Right.
5th grade at 10 or 11 or something like that. Or if your child is mature, because some kids are very mature.
Oh yeah.
So it just depends on the age, your kid, and how mature they are, and their understanding too. Because some kids don't understand, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we had to discuss about this topic because we growing up in an African home, sex is almost like a taboo.
Yeah.
That's how our people, like, it's like they already got it, that they don't talk about it. And then when a child grow and start going out of the way with sex, it becomes a problem.
When the kids start becoming curious.
When they start becoming curious about sex, it becomes a problem. So this is why this topic is very important. It's dear to my heart because I am not a mom, but I have nieces and nephews. And in the future as a mom too, I will really love, I think it's important to talk to your child about sex early age. And like you said, it depends what type of topic what it says. Because you have sexual health and you have the consent sex, where when they at that age, you know, you don't want the child to get pregnant, but we just have to put all into one package.
Yeah.
Because I remember growing up, my dad was over here and we, you know, was still with our mom back home. And I was already at the age, if I wanted to have sex, to start having sex.
Yeah.
But my mom make this, like, don't have sex. Okay, I'll ask why. The only answer she'll get, to not get pregnant, because if you have sex, you get pregnant, your dad will not send for you. That was the only thing. Until when I started seeing my monthly fluid, I didn't even know what the heck to do. Because
so she didn't tell you about your menstruation?
No. I just got to figure that out. I remember me screaming when I just saw the blood. I screamed. And then my cousins, I used to hang out with my cousins, they're very older, and they were the ones to me, oh yeah, now you're a woman. You have to do this and do that.
So what age do you think is the proper age to have sex?
Sex, you can, not for me, I think when you, it depends with a child, because for me, I didn't have sex until I believe I was like 18. Okay. But to talk about it is important. That's why I think my mom missed out on.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's important because African parents, the only thing, when the children start talking about sex, they just feel, oh, you're going out with a man, don't get pregnant.
The thing they always point out is pregnancy. It's like,
that's the only thing.
you should have the conversation. Yeah, you should have the conversation with your kids. Make them understand. Because, for instance, when I got my monthly, I was 9 years old when I got mine. And the first thing I remember when my mom told me was, she literally went, because I used to hang out with boys. And she told my dad, saying, my period is here, and I was so embarrassed. I don't know why I was so embarrassed, but that was the most embarrassing thing that I thought she did. Told my dad that I had my period and I'm a woman now. And I remember who was on the phone, and he was telling me, you have to stay away from those boys that you be hanging out with, because if you do anything, you'll get pregnant and you're not coming to America. And it's like, we never really had that conversation, so I was so terrified.
Right.
But the only thing was, when I started having my period, you guys already, I was around y'all.
Right.
I already knew what to do, so I was not even surprised when I got my period. When I got it, I knew what to do. Like, I was around you, Stockholm first. She used to tell me to go buy her pad and all of that. So I was already used to that other area. So it was like, when it came, I knew what to do. But the conversation was never had, and the way it was presented to me, I was just like, okay, completely keep my legs closed. Don't play with no boys, because I'll get pregnant. Like, literally, when they touch you, you'll get pregnant.
That's why I used to think in my mind, when a man touch you, even when they sit on the toilet, you don't want a person, someone who is active in having sex. When they sit on the toilet, I feel like you'll get pregnant.
Yeah.
It would hurt. Before we go further with this conversation, guys, we just want to let you know we are 3 today because Minnie is not here. She on her mini vacation. So that's why we are 3 today.
I was gonna say what y'all was saying, because growing up, mine was completely different. Before I even had my menstrual, my mom already told me what to do.
Right.
When I get my menstrual, and it wasn't, I didn't take it as it was something where if somebody touched me, that I will get pregnant.
Right.
It was, I don't think hers was like that. She didn't really do it like that. The only thing because I think I got mine late. I got it when I was 12 for like a day, and it didn't come back till I was like 14. So when that happened, like, my mom, she didn't really get curious about pregnancy until I was like 16 and up there was when she was curious. Was she was concerned, not curious.
Very
was
concerned.
when she was concerned about pregnancy. And I remember I had this I think it was a co-ed class, and I brought this baby home. My mom freaked out. It was like a real life baby. The baby, like, you have to take care of it. And it was like a class. You get graded for taking care of the babies. She was like, no bringing kids home. And that was funny. That was I was 16 when that happened. And 18, I really brought a real baby home.
So, with the sex things, like we said in African home, talking about sex is a taboo. That's not what we consider it.
Yeah.
But now we are living in a different world.
But also, I didn't tell my daughter about sex because I want her to know. I mainly told her because in some family, there are people that assault little girls and boys. So that was my reason of letting my child know, like, hey, your private area, nobody is supposed to touch you there. It really wasn't about anything. It was just like to be aware that those are areas that people are not supposed to touch.
Exactly.
Because some kids wouldn't know. Like, if I never tell you these areas, or nobody ever told me, I wouldn't know what a person is supposed to do and what a person is not supposed to do. But because, like, I know, like, family members, some men in the
Yeah,
family.
pedophile, yeah.
Pedophile, rapists, and they do a lot of things to younger girls.
Right.
And they'll put that threat in you, like, if you say something, this is gonna happen. So this was my reason of telling my daughter, like, don't let nobody touch you, because she wasn't always in my care.
Right.
Me and her dad is not together.
Right.
So there's days she go over to her father's house. Not that I think anybody is gonna do it,
Right.
but
But
it's
you
so
never
it's
know.
still it's like there's things that happen in family that sometimes it goes, and things like that it gets kept on, it gets swept
Of
underneath
course,
the rug.
of course.
So I always have in the back of my head, I have a girl now. It's like it doesn't even matter, girl or boy. I'm still gonna tell my kids, like, these are areas that people are not supposed to touch if they don't have your consent.
Yes.
So that was my reason of telling her about what I told her.
Right. Speaking of that intro, you just said about consent. That is, when we talking about sex, it's not like, oh, your child gotta go lay down with a man to have physical sex. No. But these are the things why it's all fall under the umbrella of sex. Touching. You have to let your child know. Someone touching you inappropriate you is wrong.
Yep.
That's what you have to do. So according to Mayo Clinic, this is a study. When they start talking, puberty used to be the ideal time to talk about sexual health with your kids, right? Pediatricians now recommend starting at age 5. So when Angel talk about consent, that's fall underneath that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the child, the person going to have sex, but you have to tell them what fall underneath different dimensions of sex besides pregnancy.
Right.
And now it changed. The reason why they recommend you do that, no matter how, you know, the internet is out of control.
It is.
Research shows that the average age children are not exposed by the age 7.
Yeah, they got
I
people
think
that got
some kids are
abused.
exposed
Even
more than
younger.
that, because kids these days have tablets. They know how to
Cell phone.
They know how to maneuver your phone, your tablet. They know how to do a lot of stuff. And most kids will be on YouTube. Let's say you're on YouTube watching something and something pop up, like an app or
Yes.
something pop up.
Yes.
Some kids are curious, like, mommy, what is this? Like, I have seen my daughter and her friends, like, I walked in on her, I'm like, what are y'all doing? And this little girl is watching full-blown porn, and they're like around 8 years old. So then it's like, I have to go through the internet, like, how long y'all been doing this? Because I know it's not only her, you involved, or this, and the third. Like, I have to sit there and talk to them, like, this is wrong.
Yes.
And I know I would put, like, when my daughter was a certain age, I had parental thing on her, control on her phone and her iPad. Because it was certain, like, YouTube wasn't allowed. She wasn't even allowed to get on. She had to get on kids' YouTube.
Right.
Because it's certain things just pop up and you never really know.
Right.
So, and then also that article from the Mayo Clinic, that article also said at the age of 5, because let's say you take your child to a pediatrician to get regular checkup. A pediatrician is not going to check your child if they ask, like, hey, I'm gonna touch you here, touch you there in your private area. They will ask that 5-year-old for their consent.
Yes.
And if they refuse or they are not comfortable, the pediatrician stops the checkup. They will stop the checkup. It don't continue because they are practicing safe boundary.
Right.
There are certain things, there are certain areas of my body that I alone is supposed to touch, or a partner that I let touch me. People are not supposed to touch you. Like I said, this leads to kids get raped in a home. They get raped when they go over to sleepover.
Yes.
They get raped at other extended family homes.
Yes.
And sometimes it could be your brother, your uncle, your
Cousin.
It could be any type of male figure. Nowadays, women too. Like, there's people are just sick.
Sick,
Period.
yes,
People
yes,
are sick. So
yeah.
you have to protect your kids. And some people I know that tell kids, like, if you do it, you will get in trouble. So when this grown man is touching this child, and this child is in fear because, oh, if I tell somebody, I'm going to get, like,
in trouble, yes.
So I have to make it known, like, No, you're not gonna get in trouble. Tell me if somebody touch you. They are going to get in trouble.
Thank you, Angel. Because now, if you said that, like, because you is the
Get
taboo,
rid of the
you don't want the
fear out
child
of
to
the
talk
child.
about
Yeah.
sex. Now, when the child is being touched out there, they cannot come and
can't
tell
tell
you
because they
because
are scared.
they are scared. Oh, if I tell mommy, first of all, she's not gonna believe me. So now you frisky. That why you having. So you doing it out of your way and all of that.
Yeah.
So the child will be so scared to tell you. And I remember one time when I took my little brother to his doctor, and I was sitting there and she started asking permission, and I just like, oh yeah, you can do it. She said no, I have to ask him. I was like,
Yeah.
until I can't cross this, you know.
Yes, it's called. There are certain things, personal space.
Yes, it's
Certain
very
places you can touch and certain places you can't.
it's very important, and I think our parents make it like they make it with this way that even if I start putting on, I remember when I started like putting on eyebrow pencil, that means I'm already exposed to sex. That's why, because my mom used to be so afraid. She don't want us to get pregnant. So when you start doing certain things, she'll be thinking, oh yeah, now you having sex. But it was not.
Yeah.
I don't care. Some children, if you hot on them, if they want to do it, they will do it.
No, but I feel like the parents that are like super harsh on their kids, those are the kids that really
They turn out bad.
Kids, I wasn't bad now.
But they do it because they are curious. They want to know why you stopping
My
me.
mom was super harsh on me about the whole boyfriend sex thing.
Right.
And my mom she have her parenting, but that was not the right way to parent because like you telling me don't do it. It was the more, man, why she telling me don't do it?
I want to try
I
exactly.
gotta go do it. Like I gotta see what is it that I'm not supposed to do. So even going to the club when she used to say don't go.
Now you want to see why
Those
it's
days
wrong to go.
sneaking out was the best time
It
to go to the club.
Yeah.
But anyway, not for real though. I don't feel like that type of parenting never work. And the
does
parents
not.
that are harsh on their kids, like we could all sit here and make those examples. Auntie wasn't harsh on you. My mom was harsh on me. Who had the baby at 18? Exactly. So that parenting do not work.
It does.
Because now, remember we was having this conversation, I'm like, my mom was so harsh and your mom wasn't. You was more conscious, like when I go out there, I don't want to disappoint my mom.
Right.
But when I went out there, I'm like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do because I know when I get in the house, I'm grounded for I don't know how long until I decide I want to sneak, until I grow some balls again and sneak out of the house. That's true.
But that also comes to trust.
You
don't trust your child.
She never trusted me.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm going out there.
I'm gonna
do
do
whatever. When I come home, whatever the punishment is, I will take it.
Yep. Children, when we are young, when we were young, you see it, you like, okay, say you so hot.
Serious. And
say
also,
you so
all around.
Exactly, you
Cannot-
did it.
Even if you're telling your kid, don't do it, your kids are out there, go to school.
They go to school.
They hear about it. There's other kids that are talking about it. Imagine your friend. I remember this one summer, my friends, everybody was talking about a blowjob. I was like, a blowjob? What is that? And then, like, that was what we was talking about.
Because you want to try it, you're so curious about it.
Everybody is talking about it, and there's peer pressure around that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one thing too, I used to wonder, like, when I don't want to say it, but it's so funny. You know, they had an adult frame when my dad put it on. He would tell us to go to bed. Now I want to see why I should go to bed. So we'll open the door and be watching, just standing, or sometimes we'll double the chair and stand, just be watching. Why should we go to bed? But if now you're at the age, this is an adult thing. It's a sexual thing. I don't want you to watch. I want to be exposed to it. I get it.
Right.
And if I reach at the age where you know that when I have sex, I'm gonna get pregnant, you sit with your child. Now you see your menstrual cycle. If you mess around with boys and with no protection, you will get pregnant. And this gonna stop your education. You're too young. Sit with your child. And talk to them. Don't just pour all into one. Don't do it.
Don't have
Now,
sex.
when the child go out, even if the child is not really doing it, it's already in your head because everything is the mind.
Yeah.
Whatever your mind put up here, you
Mm-hmm.
just take it as it is.
That's true.
That child is not doing nothing but being it's already up here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it cannot come out. So as soon as the child step out, oh, that child sleeping around.
I remember my
It's
dad,
bad.
but my dad was really good with his parenting. He only had to say few things to you. Well, he only had to say few things to me for me to get it. I remember when we had a conversation, he was like, "Baby, when you're ready to lose it, just make sure you lose it to somebody that you really care about, somebody that you feel is worth losing your innocent to."
Right.
And so, like, that really did stuck to me. Like, I had some boyfriends that I didn't lose it to them.
Exactly.
Because I'm like,
Exactly.
this person is not worthy.
Yeah.
They're not worthy. When I finally met that guy that I thought was, oh my God, why did I thought
Exactly.
But that's what you thought it
I
was.
thought that person was wrong idea. wrong. So but from that, I'm gonna piggyback when I'm telling my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to tell her that lose it to somebody that's worthy.
Yes.
But make sure when you are having sex, because sex come with a lot of adult emotions. If you are not ready for those adult emotions, do not do it, because this person that you think is worthy, like I thought,
Right.
and I lost my virginity to, I ended up being stuck to this person for like a long time. Like literally, this person would treat me bad.
Right.
I would still go back to them because I'm like, this is who I lost my innocence to.
Right.
I always felt like this connection, but this person didn't treat me good. So I gotta tell my child, like, make sure the person treats you good. Make sure not that the person is worthy because you like the boy and whatever.
Right.
But let them show you that they are worthy for you to lose your innocence to, because I think that is your innocence is very important.
It
And you
is.
shouldn't just give it up to anybody. And I really, sometimes I regret it, but it happened. But if I was to tell my young 18-year-old self,
Right.
I think I would do something. I would do things a whole lot different. What I know now, I would do
Right.
things a whole lot different.
Right.
Yeah.
So the study also showed that why do parents delay the sexual talk, right? The said parents have the reason. Some can be religious reason, family, social or cultural traditions. They were badly handled. Sex education by partners or their own parents, discomfort with the imagining in their head to sit down and talk to their child about sex. Some people they feel embarrassed. It's embarrassing. There are some parents they need,
You give birth to the child.
yeah, they don't want to sit to talk to their child. But I'm thinking, I feel like if you have a daughter, woman to woman, man to man.
Yeah.
Say you think it's embarrassing if that child, if it's a girl, I would say with my daughter, I would say, you know what, the man now, if I have born a girl, I would send the son, I would tell my husband, talk to our son.
Right.
He of the age, you gotta start talking to him about sex.
Yeah.
How to do this and how to do that. The mom, she take the role.
To the daughter.
If you happen to have no man,
Then
you
you
still
come.
now you don't make her be brave.
No, if you happen to have no man, that child got a father, that child got a grandfather, that child got uncles, that child got big cousins.
Tell them, yes.
There gotta be a male that you can go and like talk to your nephew, talk to your grandchild, it gotta be somebody that you can take that child to talk to. Unless everybody is just gone, but
Right.
Yeah.
Use us.
or your pastor, like
Everywhere.
no, some
Everywhere. It take a
No, no,
village
no.
to raise a kid.
It
You have
does,
the
but some
village.
pastors they will tell you.
Yeah.
They'll tell you in a biblical way,
Right.
but they still will tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
Some pastor will, but not most African pastors. Because,
I wasn't talking about African pastors.
because sex is a taboo.
Like African church is not the only churches.
Okay, that's true. The reason why the children now they are because they are so exposed.
Yeah.
Very
to
much.
many things
Adult
about sex.
content.
Adult content is in music video.
It's in the little Disney
It's
movie.
in a little Disney movie. It's everywhere. So now, even Even now, if you don't talk to your child about sex, even the child was a virgin, they don't have it better than when we did during our time. I think because now they already know it. Our time we was innocent,
And we're not
yes, it's
seeing
important
as
our
much.
parents supposed to tell us, but like your dad told you the value about that, and it was still good when you lose it. It was still good because he told you the value. It got to be someone special, and that person was special. But now the kids, they see it. So it's like, oh
They
well,
think
it's
it's
whatever.
okay. I
It's
remember
cool.
I had a friend where she thought losing her virginity would just make her out there. So she just wanted to
wrong.
get rid of it, just
Right.
to get rid of it.
Mm.
And she ended up doing that with a guy she barely even know. It was a one night stand thing. And then as time go by in her adult age now she really wish she knew the person. Yeah. Some people let it like they lose it because they really want to be out there and
they
it's
wanna
like supposed to
fit
it's
in.
like a hole in there or something. She told me that crap.
Does that make you ready? I think now being a virgin I think everything is coming back now. Way back during our parent time, virgin was oh yes, pressure. So like now everything coming back slowly because some people if you're virgin they find out cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things change.
They do.
It's changed.
I
It
know
changed.
a
Yeah.
almost 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah. Like Intro was saying about the consent is very important. You talk to your child, my body, my space, my consent. If you have a young child, you tell them your body, your consent. If someone touching you, tell your child. If someone touching you in the wrong place, someone even you don't know the person is a stranger, they touch you, tell them.
Report it. Don't
No. Don't allow anyone to touch you here, touch you. If you're feeling uncomfortable, tell them no, I don't like it. It's important as a parent to let your child know that. Grandma, auntie, uncle, whosoever that child love you in, tell the child. The body, the consent is very important.
Yeah, it is.
We African, we have to change the mindset.
We do,
That's true.
especially the new generation.
You have to change
Well, the
the
new
mindset.
generation don't think like that.
No.
Yeah.
The new generation of mom, like, I don't think like that.
No. The new generation are not thinking like that. Some are still in that.
Because I feel like that conversation to have it, even to talk about birth control and all of that is so difficult.
Enjoy.
I'm talking about, like, my generation. Like, I am a mom. Whoever that is, like, my age is a mom.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
not,
But you're
that's
talking
not-
about now the people that in their early 40, 39. This and it's considered younger.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they're young, but
You have to sit and tell
So I'm
your-
talking about the 90s babies.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's a problem
Yeah,
for us to talk to our kids about sex.
Scott, what you were saying about birth control.
yeah, you
When
gotta
your
talk-
child is up, I feel like you should tell your child about birth control. I know some people see that the menstrual at an early age,
like I did.
but when can you talk to your child about birth control? Age 15?
I know people did it at the age
Actually,
of
to
15.
be honest, it's depend on the parent because I had this one friend. I think when the age of 12, her daughter had started getting
Because
birth
child can get
control.
pregnant from that age.
Yeah, and
to
she-
get ripped too.
And her reason was I was a teenage mom. And none of my kids are gonna be teenage mom. So she made sure when they got to like where they started their menstrual, they was on birth control.
Yeah, because if you're not talking to the kids about
And
sex or getting pregnant, then go get them birth control.
And it's not because she wanted them to go have sex.
No.
Because even if
People
you have,
get that intention
Yeah,
so
people
wrong.
do.
it's
They
not because she
understand
wanted them to
wrongly.
it's not because she wanted them to have sex, like you said. Like people can get raped, and if that happened, at least like the person is protected with the child.
Yes.
But also like there's STDs too, so you also have to tell your kids too. Like it's more into just when parents, like African parents, when they say don't have sex,
Did you
I don't know why they don't elaborate.
For
They
real.
only put
pregnancy?
but there's other
There's
things that
more.
there's like something worse that can happen, like
Yes.
it's HIV.
Yes.
So if you if there was not if they didn't put the emphasis on being on pregnancy and it made it like there's STDs that
Yes.
some of them are not curable, some
Yes.
are, and some you will have to live with like for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you say things like that, it will get the person thinking like, if I have sex, unprotected sex,
Right.
this could happen to me. Like I could get an STD that is not curable, like AIDS or HIV.
Yeah.
HIV is curable, but AIDS is not curable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I feel like those are the type of conversation that I would want to have with mine.
Mhm.
I'm not worried about no baby.
Right.
Because I don't think my child will bring one home. I think she's smarter than that.
Exactly.
And I think I have, because of what I tell her
Yes.
when I was pregnant with her, and I don't think she will want to go through that.
Right.
So,
right.
I don't think
It
she
comes
will.
down to trust.
Yeah, but I don't think she will. And if she, God forbid, she do, I would not. I repeat, I would not treat her like how I was treated when I got pregnant. Because I got pregnant at 18. Like, it wasn't like I was like 12 and pregnant.
Right.
This is the age people get pregnant in Africa. Like, but in America, when you do it, oh my God, I was like so shunned. Everybody was shunning me. Like, oh, she's bad. She's bad.
Yeah,
Bad,
but this
bad,
gotta
bad.
go-
You ain't finished
Because
high
they
school.
never.
Yeah, it's like you didn't finish high school, you get pregnant, blah, 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 your life is over.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. We all here. My life not over. We
I'm
all
telling
working
you.
9 to 5, pushing hours still.
Girl.
My life ain't over.
I mean, Angel, if they were gonna tell you, Angel, you on the age you wanna have steak and have sex, but protect yourself. Do this.
Mm-hmm.
Do this because you still want to go to school, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You want to graduate, you got plan. Yes.
A better way.
A
to
better
say
way to say they're
it
gonna
was-
do
Yeah, I
that.
feel like her
one
presentation
thing-
was wrong.
Yeah, one thing my dad, when we came over here, it was so shocking. Like my dad gave her the freedom because he gave her that trust. So we never used to overstep our boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have in my head, I don't want to abuse that freedom.
Yeah.
Because my dad gave me that space. You know that you're going out, you're going to have fun, but you must know how to have that fun. So I already have in my head like, oh, I gotta go home. I don't want to abuse it.
I remember I used
So-
to hang with my friend, and when I see the time, it's like 10 something. My mom didn't give me a time frame when to be home.
Right.
But it's like, okay, it's getting late, I'm ready to go. She's like, I'm going to be out here till God know when, because when I go home, I know I'm getting in trouble. Like, I got to go. My mom knew I was out.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell me when to come back home. But now I don't want to disrespect and go over the time or me being out late. So it's like trusting a kid too.
Yeah.
When you hot on your child, they get quick to leave.
They
your
get
presence.
curious. They want to
They
know.
want to go on their own.
Mhm.
They want to leave you because you're too hot on it. So sometimes, yes, you still got to watch them, but give them the freedom. But don't let them to
And
overstep
have the
it.
conversation.
Make it in a way that your child will get, y'all both have that trust.
Yep.
One, as a parent, you have an open-minded, conversation with your child. Your mind is open. You know your child trusts you. You trust your child. That child want to stay with you forever, man.
Yeah.
For
I
real.
believe it.
For real. They don't want to go away from you. Like, what's in there? Me going out there. My mom or my dad gave me this freedom, that I can talk to my parent anything,
Yeah,
anytime too. Talk to them about anything. So it's important, man.
it is.
It's very important. So
Thank God
yeah,
for mom
the
changing,
sex
though.
topic is very important. You develop relationship, that bond with your child. Even when you're having a first boyfriend or girlfriend, you'll be the first person to know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, mommy or daddy,
You're
I have.
able to direct them.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, Angel. Because if you have that, you will be able to direct them. When
Yeah.
I was in relationship, you start telling them, giving an example now.
Yeah.
Be so and so. This is what you should do, man.
And then sometimes they'll come to
Nowadays.
you about problems. No, mommy, I think he's ready to have sex now.
I don't think I'm
Then
ready yet.
You tell your child,
Yeah.
you don't need to be
Yeah, like
pressured.
don't get pressure. You
Yeah.
got- but if you don't have that, she's.
And
She
they're not
wanna
gonna
run
wanna
away.
Talk to you about it.
The child
And then
wanna.
they'll go talk to someone else apart from you.
They'll go talk to a friend
Yeah.
that is their age.
Yeah.
And then
that
giving them
friend
bad
ain't gonna tell
advice.
you
Nope.
Nope.
My takeaway would be parents. I'm not one yet, but when I have a child, soon you turn 5 years old, we talking about sex, we putting condom and everything on the banana. We going all the way to 9 yard because, so you know, nobody should touch a thing when they're doing it. Make sure they wear the plastic bag.
At the age 5, it's not sex health. She knows she will talk about sex health when the age are they going to.
Now you know me. My mouth is wide.
Wow.
Thank you,
Are you
Moses.
serious?
We're gonna talk about sex 24/7, so you can know when your uncle not coming, you're into anybody coming close to your. Tell them say no. My mom said you should wear plastic bag for you even come close. Anywho, but yeah, we'll talk about sex. I really would wish for me and my kid to have an open relationship where you are comfortable enough to come to me to talk to me about anything that is happening in your personal life that I don't know of. Especially when it comes to boyfriend, having a relationship, how your body is feeling, the changes that your body is making. And then things that like, people act like they were not young before.
Telling you.
Like you were young before, you used to get that heartbeat. Your children are getting a heartbeat, tell them. When that heartbeat get that, this is what you gotta do. So I will prefer to have an open conversation about everything and anything my child wanna know. Feel comfortable, can ask me a question.
That's it.
And that's that.
Yeah. Enjoy.
My take, I think parents just need to find like a better way to deliver the topic. Because some parents, their intention might be good, but
Right.
it's the way they're delivering the message that is wrong. And kids, especially when I was like that age, 16, 17, my mom, her message, it was good message. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But the delivery was wrong. So I didn't take it like that. I'm looking at it like, whatever. But like I said, just find a way to say it in a better way that they will understand. And when you are talking to them, remember like you was that age.
Right.
So what would your young self do? And how would your young self take that message? And that's how you present it to your child.
That's true. Definitely. Like I said, the topic was very dear to my heart. I'm not a parent yet, but when I become one, like Scott said, it's gonna be an open conversation. At a young age, I'm definitely gonna talk to my child about the consent, the sex health, my body, my consent, don't touch. When they get to that age, 12, like Angel said, now I start talking to you about the basic, about sex. The protection is very, very important. You have to wait, but I'll tell you the reason why you have to wait. It is important to lose it to someone that you don't want to regret. If you tell your child about the future, you ask the child what you want to do, you have all of these great ideas. Sex will never run away, but this is what you should do. Don't let anyone to pressurize you. And I would definitely want to be my child life for every moment they have their first time having a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Getting a kid.
I want to be the first person to know
Right.
that my child get a boyfriend or girlfriend. We celebrate on that. And I guide my child through the process. Please, to every parent, be open-minded.
Yeah.
Please don't be closed-minded when it comes to sex. It's not only about pregnancy. There's so many things that come with sex. Your child can be getting abused right on your own roof. You don't even know. Because you don't talk to them about it. So they just feel it's okay for someone to touch them.
They're afraid because whoever is doing the act, they're already not threatening that child.
Exactly, your mom not doing nothing. When you tell them, they will beat you.
No, they'll say some people say they'll kill you. They say a lot of stuff. So before that even happened, you just have to be vigilant as a parent.
So it's important in sex. Because it needs sex, it's not taboo. Please don't make it taboo.
Because it's being taught everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see
the children in school, they talk to them about sex in school. Now we have technology. The kids can just search it up. And thank God we had a study to back it up that it is important to talk to your child about sex. That's about it. So guys, thank you so much for staying with us online. And of course, our YouTubers, please, if this is your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also share it. This is an important topic. Please share it. Sharing is very, very important.
Sharing is caring.
Thank you so much.